but if not, you get to share whatever you want. Remember, connection is only for 1 minute, so we're going to only do it for a minute. The time is getting ready to start, and starter begin.
We have been talking about community and population.
We also have been talking about non-living and living things, which are our body and body.
We've been also talking about ecosystems and communities.
And ecosystem is a living thing and non-living thing.
And we've been talking about ecosystems.
We've been talking about non-living things. We've also been talking about population.
We've been talking about the environment.
We are talking about the desert. We were talking about the ecosystem and what we live in.
We've been talking about antibiotics. We were talking about abiotic and biotic things, which are living and non-living things.
We've been talking about populations of fish, frogs, worms, and things.
And climate.
All science connection is over. So, boys and girls, today we're going to talk about producers, consumers, and decomposers. So our skill for today is we're going to identify the roles of producers, consumers, and decomposers in a community. So what I'm going to have you to do right now in the groups that you're already in, you have a graphic organizer where you're going to use your content clues. Remember, in reading, raise your hand if you remember, how do we use content clues? Avarius, how do we use I can't hear you. Speak up. What did you say?
The general.
The general. Help them out a little bit, Ariana. The supporting details. Almost there, but William, can you share how we use content clues?
We use content clues, like, if you don't know what a word means, you can, like, look around the word and see if it can, like, if you can find a definition.
Very good. So you're going to use words around you. On your graphic organizer, you have a using content clues. In one column, it says word. In the next column, you have a picture. And in the next column, you have text. So you're going to use your picture and you're going to use your text to see if you can identify what does it mean to be a decomposer, what does it mean to be a consumer, and what does it mean to be a producer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the timer on. As a group, you need to decide who's going to be the recorder and who's going to be the spokesperson. And I'm going to give each group 5 minutes to see if you can use your content clues to see what each one of these words mean. The timer is getting ready to begin.
What do you think decompose means?
Read the text. Remember, if you have the paper, you need to read the text to your group so that they'll know.
So what do you think? So decompose is something. The fungus is a decomposer. Decomposer eats their plants.
Tell us, share with us.
So decomposers.
So put to eat.
To eat that punch an animal. To eat abiotic.
I think that yes, you're right. Anything you can find.
I think that make it
Okay, next.
some frogs
What do you think of consumers?
producer. I got
It must eat
fox is a consumer.
other living things. So what is consumer?
A consumer.
Okay, that's a good guess. What do you
A
think?
consumer is something that produces food.
Produces.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. What in your context clues let you know that it's something that produces? What did it say? A consumer what? Must eat other living things. So what does a consumer do? It must eat other things. Remember, it may do what? It may go hunt, and it's going to go hunt because it's looking for something to eat. Very
To
good.
feed its children.
Very good. So use your content clues. It says a producer. It told you right here. That's a picture. That's a picture of a what? Flower plants. Very good. And what did your text say? Read what it says for me, Kanaya.
A plant is a producer because it can make its own food.
So what is a producer based on what the text just said for you? It makes its what? Own food. So would you be a producer?
Yes, because we can make our own.
You can make your own food? Oh, so we're going to find out. So what you need to do is you all need to write what you think the producer is. So for Bruce said he think it's what? What is it?
I think it makes our own.
Well, what do you think a producer is based on the text? It said a plant is a producer because it can make its own food. So what is a producer based on the text?
Producer is a person that makes their own food.
Okay, so write it down. Write his response down tonight. Make sure that you're the recorder in the group is writing down the response because each group is going to be assigned. Each group is going to be assigned a word to share out before we go into before I go to. So go on the right when he stated. Go on the right when he stated.
Okay.
You all have one more minute. One more minute to finish up your content clues based on using your text and based on using the pictures. Thumbs up. Good job. High five. Good job. You all finished? Good job. High five. Now you all come. Good job. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's share out. I'm gonna call on your group, and when I call on your group, I want you to share out your findings. This group, share out for a producer. What did you all, using your contact clues, what did you say a producer was?
A producer is someone or something who makes its own food.
Why did you say that?
Because in the text it said a plant, and that's not something.
Very good, but what did it say about a plant?
A plant is a producer because it makes its own food.
So very good. This group, share out for decomposer. What did you say a decomposer was?
A decomposer is someone to eat dead plants and animals.
It's someone that eats what?
Dead plants and animals.
Why did you all come up with that definition? What content clues help you decide that?
Fungus is a decomposer eat dead plants and animals and break some leaves.
Very good. And this group, the last word, give me 10. Consumer. What did you all say about consumer?
A consumer is something that eats a living thing.
What gave you that? What made you assume that?
A fox is consumed because it must eat other living things.
Very good. So, all of you did a great job. Give yourself a pat on the back. Look up here on the Promethean board. Read for me, Brianna. What does it say there?
Living things is ecosystems are either producers, consumers, and decomposers.
Very good. Everybody, read what it says on the Promethean board.
Living things and ecosystems are either producers, consumers, or decomposers.
Very good. So here's our vocabulary word, producer. Producer is a living thing such as a plant that can make its own food. Is that what your group said?
Yes.
If it is, give yourself a thumb up. Consumer. It says a living thing that can make its own food and must eat other living things. So, what is a consumer? What does a consumer do?
Eat their own
Very good. It eats other things. Very good. And then a decomposer. It said a living thing that feeds on the waste and remains of plants and animals. Is that what your group said?
Yes.
Very good. Give yourself thumbs up. Listen to what we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to break off into small groups. We're going to break off into small groups. Earlier, doing reading for our read aloud, what I gave you was a reading passage on ecology that deals with things that are within the ecosystem environment, and it talked about ecosystem. Remember we did that during reading?
Yes.
Okay, what's going to happen is a group of you are going to use your reading passage. We're all going to work on the same skill, and our skill is identify the roles of who?
Producer, consumer, and decomposer.
We're going to work on an activity. Some of you are going to use your reading passage. Some of you are going to go to the computer, and you can go on the computer and look up the information. And some of you are going to work with me in the center. So these persons, you're going to go and work with me over at the table. Listen to what I need for everybody to make sure they do when they go to their center. When you go to your center, make sure you take something to write with. You need to make sure you take your passage. And what type of passage is this?
Informational.
How do you know it's an informational passage for Rue?
Because it's informational because it's talking about animals and we are talking about living things.
It is talking about animals and it's talking about living things. But help him out just a little bit. You're on the right track, Farouk. Help him out a little bit, Fatimata. How do you know this is an informational passage?
Because it's giving you information about the environment.
Very good. It's giving you information about the environment. Give your brain a kiss. So we already know that when a passage gives us information, it's what type of passage?
Informational.
It's an informational passage. Is the information in here, is it a fact or is it an opinion?
A fact.
Very good. It's an effect because we can use resources to what?
Prove it.
Prove it. Can you give me a resource we can use, Alvarius?
Plants.
Yeah, but what type of resource can we use to go and look and see if it's really true?
The computer.
We can use a computer. What's another resource we can use?
Internet.
We can use the internet.
And scientists.
We can, oh my, that's a new one. We can ask a
We
scientist.
can use a dictionary.
We can use a dictionary, yeah, for some of the
We can
information.
use a tape recorder.
You can use a tape recorder, maybe if it's already pre-taped. And what's that? Sometimes you can go to the library to use their books. Starts with an E. And encyclopedia, very good. Give yourself a pat on the back. So we're going to get ready and break off into groups. These persons, you're going to work with me, and we're going to work in a small group. Let me have Farouk. Let me have my friend Almonte. Let me have my friend Jeremiah and Avarius. Would you join me too? You all can go on over and Jeremiah, if you would, go on and grab those informational passages right there and grab, let me have those worksheets. These persons, you're going to use technology to help you complete your assignment. My friend Catherine, did you bring your tablet today? You may use your tablet. You can either work by yourself or you can either work with a friend. Catherine, you're going to use technology.